And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Satisfactory Update 3 and a new hotfix patch. But before I get into that, I need to say that I had my computer lock up. I was in the middle of recording a new episode, and my computer locked. And doing that thing that it does once in a while, it's completely random, inconsistent, no warning, it just stops. Keyboard lights go out, like everything, it's just bizarre. There's no warnings. There's no errors. I've checked all of the things. There's no indication as to why it does it, but it just locks up. Keyboard lights go out, and that's it. There's no way. There's nothing to recover. You have to turn it off with the power button in order to restart it. So I lost about 20 minutes of footage, and during that time we set all this up, and we got this up and running and started. So yeah, luckily the game autosaves roughly every 5 minutes, and I didn't lose like everything, but I lost enough. So basically what we skipped over, I researched power slugs. I found some of those. I researched some sulfur, got some of those. I researched a little bit of quartz, got that far in. Researched a caterium, but I need some more of that. And basically talking about just, you know, some of the efficient setups that I'm trying to get to. Let's see. Pod will return, so that means I unlocked Mark II conveyor belts, as well as the assembler stuff. So if we look in here, I unlocked part assembly, and I unlocked Mark II logistics. So yeah, those two things are done. Unfortunately, the footage is gone. The way that the files are set up, if you don't end a recording properly, all of the footage is lost, which really sucks. I have lost umpteen amounts of footage because of that, and I don't know. I mean, my video card is new. I have a new hard drive that I'm recording to. Like, as far as like this problem has been going for years now. And like I said, I've got a new video card. Tons and tons and tons of that stuff is new. So I just don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know how to narrow it down, but it is a huge problem as far as being able to record and trust that my computer is going to respond. So it's down to like core components now. So CPU, motherboard, memory, or operating system. And I have no ability to tweak with either one of those. I don't have the money to try to test out parts for, if it's the motherboard. I don't have the extra system that I would need to test out an OS reinstall, and I don't have the money to buy Windows 10 to use that either. So all in all, just I have no way of debugging the situation. All right, let's finally. I see exactly where it didn't save. Am I really out of... Oh, I'm not out of cable. There we go. So one of the new features of the game is they just added some quality of life stuff. So if you're in like building mode, right? I mean, you're building stuff. Now you can middle mouse click and build other things, and it copies whatever it is you're looking at, which is glorious. I mean, that is such a glorious feature. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm still getting used to it, right? I'm not used to it yet, so it's gonna take a hot minute for me to get used to that. Okay, so this I upgraded these to Mark II belts because this is 120 per minute. Because we're gonna need a lot of like the reinforced plate, and I have a great reinforced, like a really nice efficient reinforced plate system, but it requires 120 per minute of production. It's a perfect ratio, but it requires quite a lot of production. So what we're going to do is we are going to say we want a splitter. Let's just line this up here, right? And what we're going to need is a constructor to set up the offsets here. So what we need is 3 constructors for plate. So these 3 are going to be iron plate. Good to go. Which means we can have you. Oh, okay. And then we need 2 constructors. So here's oh, I'm out of cable. I knew I was going to run out of something. Do I have anything in here? Now, I just have to cross my fingers and hope that my computer doesn't lock up again. Because if it does, I lose all this footage too. Like, it's all gone. Alright, so I see other videos of people doing that slide thing, and I'm trying not to do it too much because I just find it annoying. Like, they're just doing this when they're running around their base, and it's like, really? I want to get to the Blade Runners as soon as possible. Okay, one thing I'm going to need probably. Let's grab some more of these screws. I'm going to need just a small number of reinforced plate. 8. Let's see, 4, 11, 12. That should be good. Okay, so over here we have 3 plate makers. We need 2 Oh, see, I need to get used to that middle mouse click now. We need 2 iron rod makers. Okay. Now, and I'm going to try to keep the factory looking clean here. Okay, so these plates are going to be 30 per minute. So just these 2 plate makers are going to use those 2 smelters worth of output. And then these 3 are going to use the other 60. So we have 30 here. This is going to be 15 here. See the 15 use and then a 15 here. So it's perfect ratio for material. These 2 things are going to go out. They're going to output into 3. Let's get these offset a little bit. Trying to keep things a little bit close. 1. Well, let's see. How do I want to do this? I want 3. So I want a constructor like, well, let's see. We want a merger. Pointing towards us. Like right in here. And we want a splitter to go all 3 of these. And then a constructor right in front of that. So 3 of these are going to be screws. And again, this is perfect ratio. Because we have 2 of these. That's going to be 30 rods per minute. We have 3 of these, which use 10 rods a minute. So that's a consumption of 30 rods a minute, giving us 40 screws a minute times 3, which is 120 screws a minute. And we'll be able, once we get the material, of course, to get 2 assemblers going, which will give us exactly the consumption we want. So 3 of these are going to go into a merger. So these are going to be merged in. These are going to be a little differently. These are going to be, well, we don't really, we have some reinforced plate manually right now, because what we could do is merge each side of this, split this one. So half goes here and half goes here, giving us 60 per line, which is exactly what we need to make this work. You can see we have a full belt, a full Mark II belt of iron. So if I start cutting episodes like really close to the 20-minute mark, and because I've been basically kind of going beyond 20 minutes and being very loose with the episodes, it's because as soon as I end an episode, that means that footage is not lost. But if I don't, I run the risk every minute that I record, I run the risk of, losing all of the footage. Okay, we want a few more of these. I think I need 8 per assembler. So that means I need 16 of these. All right, and then we want rotors. And I'm going to need quite a lot of rotors. I'm going to need 8 of these total, which means I'm going to need a bunch of screws. Rotors are definitely going to be the next thing we're going to want. 6, 7. Yeah, these things consume a nasty amount of screws. Okay. There we go. Okay, so these are going to give us exactly 60 per minute. So 20, 40, 60 plates per minute. So we don't need a Mark II belt for that. And if we do this right, we don't need a Mark II belt for that. So that'll just save us a lot of heartache. So one of the things we want to do is we want a splitter in the middle here. Okay, and we want mergers on each side. Like so. That will give us the ability to place down 2 assemblers. We can do an assembler pointing to this output here. I kind of want to make sure this is good. And we can have this pointing to this output here. apparently I ran out of power somewhere. Figures when I'm a ways away. So what happened to power? Yeah, one of my biomass burners cut out. Let's sort. Well, they're basically all out. And I'm gonna need another one of these. Middle mouse click. Yeah, hey. And the power. There's got to be a way to connect this power. I think right there. Okay. And I can take this. Give us a little bit of extra power. We're going to need a couple more of those. So you and you. You don't ever really want to overclock your power generators because your fuel consumption, again, is going to be exponentially higher. So it's best not to do that. All right, now I need to, let's see, how many? I have one left. I need a few reinforced plate. Now remember, this is a reinforced plate setup. So I only have to do this manually a little bit more. And then it's going to be completely automated from here on out. So I'll just be able to grab a bunch. Which will be nice, because this is a tedious process, and I don't like it. All right. Now I can use regular belt, and again I want to keep this like a clean setup. Okay, and then all of these. And then this is a splitter. This goes in on each side. So this basically is 60 per minute on each side. This is 60 and this is 60 screws a minute. If we go to reinforced plate, bingo, 60 per minute, 30 plate per minute. Reinforced plate, 60 per minute, 30 per minute, which is beautiful that it works out. Now we need to get the plates in there. Because there are the screws. Screws are fine. This is a splitter, so we want all three of these to be the same, because it's a perfect ratio. Okay, all of the output is ready to go. So this here needs to be a Mark II, and this needs to be a Mark II. So this is essentially 120 a minute, 120 a minute, 30 a minute, 30 a minute. So these two combined is 60 a minute, which cuts this down in half, which means this is going to be 60 a minute, which is fine. It's exactly what I need. Now for power. Power is going to be very, very touchy. Let's get you here and here. And I would like you to you, you to you, you. I really want those new power poles. Really, really, really. Come on. And I really miss the Blade Runners being able to jump high. Okay, so you can go into there and there, there and there. See, that's full now. That's full now. So it's just crazy how fast these poles fill up. These Mark 1 poles. So how much excess power do I have? Well, that's hard to see that because it's not hooked up. So this could easily bring down the whole system, depending on how much power I have supplied. Okay, so there's a mainline branch that I can tap into. We got quite a bit of capacity, but again, that's gonna ramp up pretty fast as all of this stuff turns on, especially the assemblers, because those consume way more power, like 3 times the power that these do. All right, so the plates now. Let's get conveyor pole stackables in my hotbar. So these I want to. I don't think those line up, right? Oh, maybe they do. Oh, they do. Nice. So I want to actually have this right there. These can go. Conveyor belt lift. And then a conveyor belt out to here. Out to here. Okay, and then this to there. And we need a splitter. Basically right in line with this, so that's what, there's a splitter. And then I want conveyor lift in the back to push that into there. Okay. So now you can see our power. I'm glad I added those two because it's going to be, we're using quite a bit of power now. All right, so these two are going to be producing what we want. So we want this belt to come out. We want this belt to come out. And we are going to store Look at that. Makes it way easier. And we're producing a total of 10 per minute of these reinforced iron plates. So thank goodness we don't have to manually craft those anymore. And yeah, we don't, oh man, it was so brutal. So now I want to automate the rotors, because those are a nasty bit of business too. But man, we need to start considering power as a potential issue, because it is definitely a potential issue. I'm going to go up and grab some supplies. Let's see. How am I doing on... I hate running around all of this. I can just run directly out. That would be nice. Let's grab some cable. Refresh our wire. Or maybe we want to do Caterium. I really want to get down the Caterium line. That would be so nice. And that would allow us to, you know, get the better poles, because the Mark II poles use quick wire, which is why you need Caterium. Because in order to, you know, the crafter I have for rotors needs 120 a minute as well. So we would need to overclock this normal vein to get the 120 out of it. So, and we're going to need a lot more concrete as well. And how much concrete do we have over here? Not a whole lot. I think I shut this down. Yeah, I shut this down. Because I want to bring all of this up. Now, do I have enough concrete to actually like redo this, or I don't know. We'll see. All right, well, that is going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.